microphones in front of us here. You can hear us?
Yep.
Yeah. That's our favorite person. You gotta follow right your ears.
Oh no, we'll yell.
Yeah.
Move down. Actually, hands before we get to the actual thing.
Oh no, we'll make decapitated. Nah, more decapitation. Look at all these horrible people cutting off the heads of fursuits. Nah. For their entertainment display.
Is that one of those
It's happening from first away. So it's green, it's
Which one?
so cute. Right?
There you go.
This is my excuse to go manifest.
I'm really going to see this on one.
But I take it to manifest every year. It's an anime
Yeah,
character.
you guys were
Making
Oh,
fursuit.
I'm like a computer. You guys are good to go. I can see it.
So, what are we doing?
Well, yeah, some coffee, but let's get started. Okay, good day everyone. Thanks for coming to this very, very disorganised panel of ours. This is the Fursuiters panel. My name's BC Wolf. This is
Vixen and
Flix, and Mosky will be joining us. I think he's off getting coffees or something. The way this panel was run last year was basically through sort of like a Q&A, because, you know, I seem to think that it soon answer more people's questions. Instead of you sitting there silent for the whole thing, you get the chance to go, hey, what about this? So I figured if we followed a similar format this year, you know, any information that you need to know, hopefully you'll find the answers to it. And thank you very much.
The lifeblood of the suit.
Yeah. Yeah, so this one doesn't drink alcohol, so this is the next best thing.
I wish I could.
So, Mosky, did you have any opening statements or anything?
Oh, sorry. I'm Moskicha, or Mosky for short. I'm the big blue dragon, which you probably saw the other day, and also Wolf, Tacoma. Tacoma was done as a dedication to my male husky who passed away from a brain tumour, so I had a suit made up for a dedication to him while I was waiting for the big dragon suit to be made. And probably everyone's seen it's a fairly large suit that took a long time to get made, but yeah, that's me. No, unfortunately I can't make suits. I'd love to make a suit, but I've been performing, geez, for 21 years in suits, probably more than some of you have been alive. I started when I was about 17, went to a party and was fancy dressed, and I thought, oh, what do I get? Went to a fancy dress store and I said, we've just got a tiger, generic tiger with a big foam head on it. And at the time I had a mini moke with no roof, and we all cruised down to this party at Wollongong in our fursuits, in a moke, during the middle of summer. And everyone thought it was the best thing, and we went to a nightclub, and the bouncer turned around this big long line up at Waves nightclub, and they went, right, all you people inside, which like, all right, here's the keys, and the bouncer just took the car and parked it, and we just all walked inside, and there's no cover charge, and I was trusted drinks and whatnot. I thought, this is good, I'm enjoying this, you know, I love this. And then at the end of the night, the manager came up and said, oh, are you a professional? And I went, professional what? Idiot, wake up. What am I? No. I was just enjoying myself. And she turned and said, well, would you like to come back here and work? Yeah, okay, yeah, I was only earning a meagre wage at the time. So every Friday night, I finished work in Canberra, drove down to the coast of Wollongong, and suited up and went partying. And got paid $300 a night cash for it, which was a good little earner. But I enjoyed suiting from then on, and always wanted to suit, and commissioned a person to do this 6 years ago. Never eventuated, but went to another suit maker. I'd love to know how to make a suit. I enjoy performing in the suits. Yeah, half the time it's an extension of yourself. But yeah, the people who actually make the suits are really absolutely love them. Full respect for the suit makers. I'll bring a suit to life. They'll, as in performing, they'll bring the foam to life as in the suit. The foam, the fur and foam. But that's me in a nutshell. I'll lead to excellence.
Okay, so just kicking things off, who wants to ask a question?
I'm a skunk, and I'm trying to make a skunk tail that's going to be like really quite wide and large, and I want it to sort of hold a nice shape as well. What would you make that out of?
Okay, did you see the tail on this bloke at all?
No.
Have you seen it? It's yeah, for a canine, it's very oversized. It's very long, but it has that J curve in it. Have you ever heard of a substance called yellowtail? Is there anyone here in the building trade? You know yellowtail? Yeah, you know your flooring timber that goes down.
Oh, the stuff that runs in between.
That yellow strip in between. That is a godsend for a lot of things of that nature. You know, like most of the tails that I make, yeah, they're solid foam, the fur over the top, but they have a strip of that yellow tail going through the middle of it. And it sort of gets twisted around 90 degrees up the top, so it's flush and then double bolted onto a belt that goes around your waist. Now, in the sense of what you're talking about with a skunk tail, you might have to do what I did with RB's tail and use two lengths of them bolted together. Because even though it's a pretty, rigid material, it can heat and bend in the shape. It will only take so much weight. And if you've seen Spence floating around as well, I did his suit as well, and he's got that tail that comes down. He's actually got a section of yellow tail that long. Now, believe it or not, goes down back inside his pants, down between you know where, and two belts to hold his tail up, because if he just had a single belt, it'd come out here underneath it. But for that sort of rigidity, that's what I would suggest to use for that. Being a skunk tail and naturally being big, it is going to be, you might have a bit of trial and error with it. Also, if you wanted the tail to drop down and stick up and floof right up behind you, some people run a fine line through the back of the suit, and that actually goes into the material on the tail, and it holds it up in place. Husky that was here last year, I think his head's over there, that particular suit there. He had a similar thing with his tail, where the tail just came out, went straight up, and there was a bit of string holding it.
String also help it stay there and not hit people. That's the thing. You've got to worry about that when you're in a crowd of 200 people. I find with my tail, you've just got to know where it is. So
that's the problem with this bloke's tail. If you see me walking around, you don't see me sort of spinning around in narrow corridors. I'll sort of do a three-point turn to get out of it. Because, okay, it's a nice long tail and it looks dashing and it wags well, but it's very sensitive. And if I bump it the wrong way, next thing you know, it's curled around in front of me. So, that was a trial and error thing. At the end of the day, I made it too long, but, yours truly's got a bit of a tail fetish, so I'm guilty as charged.
Yeah, this one, the big blue dragon that came out yesterday, the big tail on it, massive long tail, and everyone goes, is that heavy? Actually, the whole suit weighs about 2.5 to 3 kilos. Everyone's going, that must be a heavy tail. The tail is actually the foam, or used foam that you pack computers and stuff in boxes. It's that open cell foam, white foam, and big blocks of it glued together, and that will shake down the day carving knife, just as a big, long, it's not hollow, it's actually very solid all the way through.
carving knives are your friends.
Yeah, electric carving knives are even better. Pick up a second hand one, and it was just carved to the point, and then just furred over the top of it. For lightweightness, it is solid, it is stiff, but it's very lightweight, and it will knock people over if you spin around or trying to get into a lift. It doesn't really work. And it's attached with two seatbelt webbings and two quick release clips that you have on like backpacks and whatnot, and it's attached to the wing pack as well and goes around the front. So it is fairly light. It looks impressive, but it's actually, what I can see is the easiest thing to make. The head, I believe, is the hardest thing to make of the whole suit.
And feet. I actually find feet hard. The amount of work that goes into a foot is almost as much as goes into the head, and no one takes photos of the feet. I just get really annoyed. When people take photos of me, I'm like, the feet, they're like almost as much work as the head, and they're just not taken.
The foot paws and things as such don't look like much, but I find them to be the biggest pain in the backside in any suit. Head obviously is the most time consuming, but foot paw, because every time I get the foot paws, I think, oh,
Exactly.
I can hardly wait to get this one out of the line.
It's fun because you get to make the thing and
Yeah.
feet just aren't appreciated and they take up the time.
Going on that, just noticed a very good friend Anthrax there, standing on the lawn there, all sweet and holding up the wall. Anthrax has, if you missed the beginning, the different types of suits. We discussed different types of suits.
No.
There's all different types of suits. You've got furry suits, you've got big puffy floofy suits, there's a full fursuit, and then you've got partials. A lot of people wear a partial suit where it's just a head, gloves, and feet, and a tail, or just a tail and a head, or just gloves. It's not a full, not a full suit. Anthrax has what they call a partial suit, where it's a muzzle made up and what kind of skin is it?
I think it's made out of lycra. It's pretty
Like
much
a skin, yeah.
very based on Rob Wolfen's one. It's practically the same as his, just a different design.
Yep. And what Anthrax will find is it's a lot cooler to use. He has a lot more freedom of movement. You can probably see out of it a heck of a lot better. That will change his whole shape to what he wants and to his character, which is a blue healer. Yeah. A blue healer. Rob Wolfen has a unique suit where it's basically just a mask. But the mask changes his whole body. He doesn't need the hair and just the mask. It's quite unique. I've never seen a suit like that before, and it works on Rob Wolfen and it also works on Anthrax. I think it looks quite brilliant. So yeah, there's all different types of suits. You've got the furry, you've got the half partials, you've got scaly suits, and there's also other suits which can just be full lycra suits. They don't have to be furry. They can be scaly. They can be slick. Can be anything you want. Yeah, sorry, I thought I'd just go on the different types of suits that there are. There's also quad suits as well, single person quad suits. I'd love to do that, but I haven't got the back for it. And there's two people quad suits. Yeah, there's a maker over in America that makes these fantastic quad suits, Beast Cub.
Yeah.
Magic quad suits, and if you've seen the videos of Beast Cub's quad suits, you'd swear it's actually two people or it's a proper animal.
They have her next to her dogs, and she's got a wolf character, and you'd think that it's just a bigger dog. It's amazing. They look the same, and the feet kind of. She's got the motion in the wrist of the foot of the front feet.
There's extensions on the front too,
Right.
so you don't have the back up in the air and the front down. They actually look like a proper quad suit. But in doing that, I think. Sorry if you guys pick up.
Well,
It's still your thunder.
No, you're right. The only thing I was going to say is next question.
Yeah.
What have we got?
I've been looking into trying to do fursuiting myself, but I'm finding just basic with the starting, looking at jaws and making the jaws look right. Like the joint and making the moving jaws.
Oh, I moved.
Yeah.
One of these.
Yeah.
Okay. Once again, with movable jaws, there's several ways that they can be done. Once again, using Husky's jaw over here as an example. From what I'm seeing, it is sort of completely separate from the head itself. Like this one.
Do you need this to keep it on your head? So what I would do. This is a separate one. Yeah, like that.
Whereas
Okay, it's longer and like that.
with these two characters here, with this bloke and also this guy here, once again, that product I spoke about called Yellowtail, that's where I use that again. Yeah, because you can apply heat to it, bend it and shape it to any shape you want. Once you dunk it in water, it's cool, it's rigid, and it holds its shape. If anyone would like to have a look inside this bloke, you first thing as you ask the question. You might not want to put your hands in here though, because he's still a bit damp after last night. The problem with using very thick fur, you overheat very quickly. Now you see how these people, that's plastic.
Yeah, sorry for showing you up close like this. It's very hard to say, well, this is what it is back here. It's nothing large that you can see. It has to be brought up to shine.
This is really big fur, enjoy it.
You can have a look afterwards. I'll probably let you guys come up and talk to us.
Have a closer look.
Yeah.
to really have a look at the suit and have a look at the jaw positions, and it's best to come up and have a look at the end and see how they are, because each suit will be different. It's like cars, no two cars are the same. Yeah, I mean, this is a solid jaw which doesn't move, but it can open, which when I talk, this one doesn't open. This one, as you probably saw, this one does open when I talk. There's a little cup on the neck of my chin, so when I talk, the jaw goes down. And when I close my, there's a bit of two rubber bands on either side, so when I close my mouth, it snaps back up. It stays open slightly when I'm not in it, but when I talk, it'll actually open right up, and it helps when you want to breathe. You're hot, you just open your mouth and breathe out through the mouth, or breathe out through here.
Breathing, yeah.
Yeah, cooling
Breathing is
systems
something
and
you
later.
Vision is another thing that we should talk about.
Yep.
Vision through the do you want to go
This one is indoor because I prefer to do not moving, so it's just like a silent fursuit that doesn't talk. That's just my opinion. When I try to do this one, it's just a balaclava style one, so there's nothing really, no joints or anything in the jaw, it just sort of holds your neck with the balaclava, so it keeps doing. But I mean, it's big for me if it doesn't work. And Ori's one is like a separate sort of jaw, but it's held on with elastic to keep it up when you're actually wearing it, it stays there. And then when you it stretches, so it's like, yeah.
Going on to vision, you're probably asking, looking at all these suits and going, how thick can we see? We don't. In a nutshell, it doesn't really, I mean, we don't have the professional vision like here, we can't see to the sides.
It's pretty much
Yeah, it's pretty much in the front. Some suits are worse than others, some suits are better than others. But some suits you look at, you think, how can you see out the front? Now, on this one flicks, she's looking out through this material in front here. She has perfect vision on that, and I'm really jealous. Because I bump into things, Flicks can see a lot of things.
That's right with the suit.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. Some suit makers will make the front like a scarf or something, so they make a longer head to suit the character, like a longer head drag.
So it's just very thin.
Yeah.
Some people, if they make it like a head like this, they might put a necklace, and you can see through the necklace.
Yeah. Choose any material if you can see through it, and then you put black behind it and it goes completely black. That's good material to have in a suit because then you can't see the face. Some of them look out through the eyes. Some suits will use the eyes to look out of. Some of the tuning suits, like this one at the front here, you'll see out through the eyes, the black part of the eyes, so it's actually a mesh there, and they can see directly out there. Then you have other suits like these ones where they've got glass follow me eyes, so wherever the suit is looking, the eyes look like they're looking at you. And they're actually glass domes printing on the back of them. And these ones you look out through the tear ducts. There's actually tear ducts on just the inside of the eyes there. And like the big dragon, this one has better vision because the tear ducts are a lot larger and they can be painted black, blue, dark colour. It's a personal preference, what you like. Do you like looking out tuning eyes? Do you like looking at tear duct vision? Front. And then you've got these big eyes. I saw these ones. Yeah. Well, not what to do. If you can do it, it depends on how it's done. Breathing in the suits is paramount. First thing, you've got to get the heat out. Eyes can fog up, which they do most likely.
Problem with this one, so you can put a bit of Rain-X on the balls, just even soap will work and get rid of it.
Well,
This one not to do.
looking at this bloke here, his eyes are actually made out of a set of sunglasses. Okay, all I did was take the sides off them. That was the start of half of the head, working around a frame of sunnies. And this is another suit that every time prior to putting him on, I've got to whip out a bottle of Rain-X and a cotton bud. And just coat the inside of the lenses. You've probably seen Spencer Kangaroo getting around. He's the same deal, except his sunnies I had to cut in half and move further apart so it didn't look like it was cross-eyed. But that was a very simple way of achieving that effect. Now, people have known this bloke for quite a number of years, and if I took those lenses out and replaced them with mesh, straight away he'd lose his character. Because people are used to seeing him like that cool, sunny DC look. But I soon, after doing suits like this, I soon moved to the mesh as well, purely for the fact, like Mosky was saying, with ventilation and also fogging up. It can be a pain. Also, the difference between this bloke and this bloke, naturally you can see they're two much different sized heads. I don't know what possessed me to make his head so big, but everything ended up huge. But in a way it's an advantage because prior to putting that head on, I can put a headband on. And any suitor will tell you that one of the worst things to happen in suit is bloody sweat getting inside your eyes. And you spend half the night standing there going, oh crap. People think you're doing something funny, but you're trying to suit. And with this bloke, I can put a headband on, the head sits over, but you've also seen with this suit that he wears a collar. One of the downsides with having the head so big, if I didn't have that collar on, I'd lean over and the bloody thing would fall off. So the collar's also an insurance policy to keep it down here, as well as being part of his appearance. So, what do we have next in the way of questions? Hang on, Dixon. Sitting here saying nothing.
All these are they're like acrylic eyes that I paint on behind them so you can have whatever colour you want on it. With Jasper, this one, I wanted to have like the white stuff so a bit more curtainy. But the tear ducts are like that big. So I have literally like that much vision when I'm looking through. So if I'm talking to someone, I can only see like the mouth and nose when they're like as far away. That's where you can it's very, very hard to see. But because I see that, what it looks.
Another advantage I've found, especially with this bloke, it's not a good thing to brag about, but using these sunnies, like you put a pair of sunnies on yourself, you've got 20 peripheral vision. I've got perfect vision out of this head. I've driven the car through the streets and suburbs of Sydney with this head on.
Don't suggest it.
Not a good thing to do. Like Spence sitting next to me with his kangaroo head on, he's looking out for cops, I'm looking for meanwhile, at the same time, I'm looking out for cars and people, bodies and cameras hanging out the window. It was quite a spectacle event, but in terms of that, I can see everything except from about here back. I've got perfect 20/20 vision using that principle.
That's where your handler comes in handy. If you have a handler with a suit, we'll talk about handlers later, but a handler will help you tell that there's a child behind you, beside you, someone wants to take a photo, tap on your shoulder, or you're about to run someone over because you can't see them in front of you, so the handler will help in that regard. Yeah. All right.
And with this one, I made with wire mesh, and it's like big like this, so I can see like this now, way easier. And I've also made ones to use at the snow, which don't have any eyes at all. It's just a big patch like this, so you can see everything, and have a pair of goggles over the top. So you can go snowboarding with fursuits on.
Oh, very.
Did you get those people to take photos of you?
Yes. Yeah, I went up with a video camera last winter, so I was everyone asking, where do you buy them? Where do you get them? I see that person, boom, she's on.
Skiing and fursuit, that's pretty impressive.
Husky in the snow, even better. But that one was minus 18 when I was taking photographs, and I was still sweating. It was still hot. It was like wearing 2 junas.
It's very hot, even though it's snow.
It's snow. Yeah, snow's actually hot. It reflects all the light back up again. And people think, oh, the cold air is not what helps. It's airflow. Some of you probably seen in the Headless Lounge that there's 2 big fans. You can have a cold room that's like, as cold as a fridge, but the suit will still be hot. As long as you've got air flowing, a lot of air flowing through it, then it will cool you down. It can be a hot room, as long as the air's flowing, it'll be cool. Yeah.
See fursuits go.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hot.
You might see us outside on regular intervals looking like a scarecrow. Standing there with jaw wide open. Where the bloody hell's the breeze? Because, like Mosky was saying, if you don't have a cross draft or any wind flow of any nature, no matter how hot or cold it is, you still get bloody hot in it.
That's why you see dogs with their heads out the window in the air. Now we know what they're like.
It's not just biting the air, it's just cool.
Fun, yeah, it's fun.
Oh, yeah, except when you sit behind it. Okay, so next question. Riley.
Just going back towards airflow, Would you suggest for beginner fursuiters to go with a still jaw or a moving jaw in a way of airflow?
Well,
as long as it's open at some point.
It's personal choice.
yeah, funny you should say that actually, because Tacoma's got an open jaw and I've got airflow. This one's got a static jaw, and you're probably thinking, oh geez, not much air comes through, but the nostrils have got mesh on them, and I have a little computer fan. That's just, I just took it out so people can see it. The little computer fan sits in the muzzle about there, and it blows directly onto my face. Now that computer fan runs, it's a 12-volt computer fan, just a small little one, $5 from a computer kit, and it runs off a 9-volt battery. The reason why I put it on... the battery. The battery in this one goes in a little... Find it. There's a little pocket on the side here. There's a tiny little pocket, and the battery just sits in there with a 9-volt battery.
You're afraid of this heating up? Is that... I'm
The battery doesn't heat up. 9-volt battery on a 12-volt fan spins slow enough that it doesn't make that whirring noise. Sometimes you'll see fursuit come past, you hear whirring as they come past. Right, you've got fans in your suit. You try and talk to them, they're like, what? What? I can't hear. Also, when the fans get older, they start, making a lot of noise. But 9 volts, they spin a bit slower. They don't make noise, but there's enough air blowing in front of you. The cooling of the suit, a lot of people wear ice packs. Just your regular ice pack in a pack in the chest and on the back, on the legs, or underneath the main veins. I tried that and I got frostbite. So I did some research and found out that to cool the body, go for the largest surface area organ that you have on your body, and it's not the skin. So everyone's trying to pull the skin down. So what I went is the lungs. The lungs have the largest surface area, about 4 football fields of surface area. And as long as you've got cold air going to your lungs, it'll cool the body down and cool the rest of the body down. Some extremes, which I've suggested for fursuiters over in America, is doing an oxygen system with a little oxygen tank, like a Soda Street bottle that sits inside the muzzle, and just puts cold oxygen straight into the lungs. And they can just breathe the cold oxygen and breathe it back out again. And so I suggested, please don't smoke while you're breathing impure oxygen coming in. Don't try the carbon dioxide because you're going to suffer very badly in certain parts out. It was only an extreme. I do systems inside suits, electronic systems, visual systems, cooling systems in suits. That's where I can help with making the suits. So if you've got cold air going to your lungs, your body will stay cool. Breathing back out, if it's just the fan there blowing up to your ears, hot air will rise, go up to the ears. A lot of suiters have vents in the ears, so the air just goes straight up to the ears. Or also good for hearing as well. These suits are solid at the front, the back, there's just nothing. It's actually just a big balaclava at the back here, and that allows air to go straight out the back. So that helps with cooling. Just basically get fresh air in, just any fresh air coming in. Otherwise, when you breathe out, your carbon dioxide comes out, it's moist air, and the first thing you do is take a breath, it comes back in again. That recycled air, you'll fog up really badly. You get carbon dioxide, you'll start getting claustrophobic, and we'll see suitors sitting there up against the wall going, where am I? So, yeah, something simple. Under $10 to make something like this, just with a 9-volt, and it will work. It'll save you. This will be the best thing you can do. Cheapest and the best.